Hi there. Welcome to another episode of Meet Your Maker on ToutSuite.com. We've got the whole Nuss clan here.
The wine nuts are in the house.
The wine nuts are in the house. We've got Brian and Lori and son Tim at the end, and they have a couple of labels that you guys produce. We're going to start off just wishing everybody happy holidays, whatever's appropriate.
Happy holidays,
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
And
Happy holidays. Kwanzaa for DDA.
And Kwanzaa. So we're gonna start off with the Vinoce, the 2008 Mount Veeder. Go ahead.
Get yourself started.
We've had you guys on. What is this? Your third episode?
Yes.
Yep.
Second on Meet the Maker. Yep.
And they've always had an entertaining story or two to tell what's happening right now. So.
What's happening right now?
Well, this is our new release.
Cheers.
Yeah.
That smells
Cheers.
beautiful.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
The DTA Lousteau.
DDA, we're drinking Vinoce and you're drinking 20 Rose. Cheers.
Yeah, Diddy's watching this right now from France.
Cheers.
Nice glass.
Salud.
So, what we're drinking now is our 2008 Cabernet Franc blend. It was the first one we ever made in the composition of the Cabernet Franc, Cabernet, and Merlot. It's 100% estate grown, and we throw a beautiful Cabernet Franc up on our ranch. So we've been consistent. The wine's been consistent throughout the years, and the first wine we produced under the Vinoce label was
1996, so first vintage with the Cab
just
Franc
checking
blend.
with the Cab Franc blend.
And this is our 2008 new release. Absolutely beautiful for a young wine. I mean, nice and fruit forward. It's different, parallel from where 07 was at. You know, David, 07 is that year, that legacy wine. Sitting in the cellar 5-10 years. This guy, it's beautiful right now, you know. Softer tannin structures and being received really well right now. And,
little more cherry fruited than the 07.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Real cherry fruited. So what's happening now at the ranch?
At the ranch?
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, we finished picking our grapes the
Christmas.
second week of November, and we just pressed off our last batch December 6th. So everything's in barrel right now. Vines are dormant, so it's just working in the wineries, the last couple of weeks. Keeping busy up there.
I was just up at a place on Spring Mountain that has they still have some stuff in bins.
Oh, really? Yeah.
In bins,
yeah,
not pressed off yet.
Yep.
Lots of this being a very late vintage. I mean,
Yeah.
This was part of the latest harvest we've had in the mountains.
Yeah, second week of November. We picked as early as September, and this is definitely the latest we've ever picked.
November 10th, man.
Yep.
that was your last pick date.
That was our
Last
last
day
day
before
picking, yeah.
Timmy's 11 birthday.
Oh, really?
Scary, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll bridge that with the
We
red.
left
red.
early.
There's some correlation. Yeah.
That's
But yeah, man, it was crazy. We were out there for, from the extent of mid-October to November 10th. And we got lucky. We got lucky with the Russian roulette with Mother Nature this year. Our fruit looked really good. Brix levels were there.
It got scary there for a while. Yeah, we thought we were going to have to leave the fruit up there because the upper vineyards, it's so steep that you can't even get in there with a crawler a certain time of year, and it just gets too dangerous to even harvest.
the grape industry, grape winemaking business is just fraught with danger.
It
So-
is. Especially in the mountains.
Those guys in the X Games have nothing on us. The traffic skills and everything we do.
Hey, we've talked with a lot of different winemakers who have varying opinions of this vintage. Some say that the ones that waited really won out. I mean, is that how you're feeling right now?
I think that's the in being in the mountains. I think that really helps us out a lot. Because we can wait. We let it hang a little bit more. And again, this year, if we would have had a couple more rainstorms, we never would have got the grapes off the vines.
But we're patient.
You lose anything to shatter?
Well, when we lost the Merlot to shatter, where the valleys lost the Cabernet. Our Cabernet blooms a little later. Merlot blooms earlier, so our Merlot was blooming around the same time that the Cabernet in the valley was blooming.
Why don't you give a little tutelage? What's shatter all about? What happens?
It's shatter when the grapes are just going into bloom and you get a rainstorm and it knocks all the flowers, which are your fruit set. So that's where you lose a lot of your fruit, and then ends up you get like little baby berries that never ripen, and the clusters are all uneven.
Yeah, the year was so unusual this year that we had we had a rainstorm in June, and the entire valley we lost all of our olives. So there's not a single olive coming out of the valley or the mountains this year. We had 175 olive trees and not one olive.
Really?
But you hit it on the head though too. The people who did it right this year dropped fruit, waited for that optimum fruit to come to matureness. Really kind of, it's not an ideal year, but I think they truly pulled it off. They can be happy about it. But some people were shattered. We're out of the game before it even started this year, and it was sad to see. It really was. But
well, a lot of our folks that are watching, just remember every single grape is a flower, and so if you don't have the flowers, you're not going to get the grapes, and you're going to have
you're going to your fruit set. And
even Didier Lousteau was once a flower.
Little fragile flower.
It's like a raisin.
Hey, John and Stacy, our friends from the East Bay, they've been on. You guys have been long-time supporters of ToutSuite. Have you made it up to Napa or the wine country at all this year?
Well, yeah, a number of times. We haven't been up since our wedding, which was in November. So yeah, we just planning to come up this week. Thank you.
Was that to each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good start.
Listen, we're not going to judge. We're not going to judge.
It doesn't say a similar last name. It just says John and Stacy.
Yeah. But yeah, we're planning on coming up this weekend, actually.
Oh wow, great!
Oh, good.
Why don't you come stay with the Nuss?
We're having a big Christmas party.
Well, the door's open. We're there.
Poor guy right here.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything over the weekend, are you?
No, only having like 85,000 family members. Okay.
Still to the hazards of
Tim.
heaven.
Yes.
Tim, are your grapes for your wine sourced from the same location?
For the Reggae Red, they are not. By 2008, it was sourced from Howell Mountain, and then the 10% Merlot sourced from the Oaknall district, so right outside of Napa, the city of Napa.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got to ask, what is Reggae Red family about?
The Reggae Red family, well, it started as a little movement, man. It's musicians that I know, DJs, local artists, and kind of a little conglomerate of us, kind of pushing the Reggae Red movement, the wine, the music, and so it's kind of little family ties. Anybody who buys Reggae Reds, remember the family, so it's a movement, man, and that's
cool.
Yeah.
It's bubbling and backfiring.
Yeah.
Bubbling and backfiring, reggae.
It's tasting pretty good right now, too, man. And what 11 Sans is, the name comes from, we'll start with Vinoce first. We're really big on play on words in this family. We're German Italian, and so our last name is Nuss, which in German is nut. Noce is nut in Italian, vino being wine, so kind of, you'll meet the three of us as we progress here. We're a bunch of wine nuts, kind of the play on words there. And so to stay true to that theme, what 11 Sans means is I'm born November 11th at 11 o'clock, 1985. I was a month premature. I was in a hurry. I wanted to get here. And so it's a play on, I created the label during a time there was a transition in my life, transition in kind of the world. And so it's a play on Renaissance and my date of birth, 11/11/11. So it's an 11 Sans at that point. And then the Reggae Red movement.
Hey, listen, you punk kid. There's no such thing as transitions in your life. You're just growing up right now. So, don't get too metaphysical.
My voice got deeper.
Everybody gets those hairs.
Yeah.
Right, Stacy?
We made him shave.
Right, Stacy.
Yeah, I did shave for the V.
That's what I've heard.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this 11 Sans. What's the where is it sourced all over Napa? Do you have a specific vineyard source?
This is Howell Mountain, a good friend of ours, Brian Ron, sourced from his property, and then 10% Merlot on the tail end, bring up the bouquet, kind of your average little Cabernet Sauvignon there. But this guy was started, as you guys see, if you have a bottle there, it's screw top. It was kind of all about the accessibility of it. I started it when I was a senior at Cal Poly. This started as my senior project, so kind of pushing people my age into the wine world, without the whole snobbery you sometimes perceive, not from us, from our family, but it was kind of pushing the young crowd into the wine world. I wanted to make it accessible, make it easy at that point. So.
And it's screw top because those college girls don't have corkscrews in their glove compartments like yours. Valley do.
True.
Always carry a corkscrew. You can't go wrong because generally they have an opener on them as well.
What do you think, David?
I think it's a good solid wine, not a heavily oaked wine.
No, definitely not. I mean, this is
just a drink. And what's your price point here?
This retails at $15 a bottle, and so
it's fairly priced. It's
your gateway wine.
Yeah, hey,
I'm trying to get people into wine. Gateway wine. You move on to the bigger ones after this. This is your gateway wine. This is your reggae show. You're at the beach. This is the one you go for, and then you got that big dinner engagement. It's all about the.
Now, what's the reggae connection? You're obviously Jamaican, or
I'm actually Jamaican.
Trustafarian kid.
A Rastafarian.
He was in vitro for a long time.
Yeah,
That's where we went on our honeymoon.
Oh, gotcha.
Actually, my good friend Tyler Harvey is supposed to tune in tonight as well from Inner Circle, and just. How do you not love reggae music, man? It's about consciousness. It's about people. And, it's a little over redundant with the reggae red. Think about changing it to the roots red shortly to kind of symbolize, stay true to the reggae theme, but not corner myself in the reggae market wine-wise because I'm trying to take the wine serious.
Is there a big market for wine in the reggae world, do you believe?
Oh, that's any girls.
There's a big market for something else, another motivation.
Yeah, just curious about that.
Yeah, you're a pretty popular guy, reggae on the river when you have your own.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Didier, are you running across a lot of reggae aficionados over there in France right now?
Sorry, say it again, buddy.
Just for everybody watching, Didier's over in France. You're in the Basque area in France?
Yes.
And
it's about 3 o'clock in the morning here.
It's great. So you've been up doing a drum circle all night?
Pretty much so.
Celebrating the reggae music?
Is that like the Arkansas of France?
That's the California French. He's in California.
Yes, it is.
Is there a we're just talking about the whole reggae thing that that Tim has drawn on for this. Is there any sort of awareness of reggae, the reggae thing going on in France?
Well, let me ask you my nephew here. You do reggae? You reggae? What? Yes, he says.
Yeah. And so your dad is a big. You're talking about your father who just gave you the yes.
No, it's a good idea.
No.
Yeah, big followers of the reggae music. I think it's just a ploy to pick up girls.
I think so too. I
mean, let's be honest about this. Come on, it's all right. I have a son.
Ladies, I live at 1613 Main Street downtown. No.
Ring the bell.
No,
ring the bell.
It's something that connected with me. I knew it would be connotated as a goofy thing for a lot of people inside the wine world, but wanted to stay true to me. It wasn't about a marketing thing. It was about kind of pushing what we're all about. And so,
you got a medical marijuana card, don't you?
California's a beautiful place.
Now,
I have insomnia, David.
Yeah. Well, this will put you to sleep. What's the next step? You doing another couple of wines with that?
I've got the 09 is hanging out in the winery right now, but I mean,
you can do
my time's invested.
You can do a white. You can do a cab. You can do any.
No, you know what, David? I mean, all my time is invested meaningfully because this is what we do. It's the same operation. It's what I absolutely love to do. Is Vinoce and 20 rows.
Yeah. And
that's our focus. This is a side project. It's something I do with my free time with, with the music, with friends and things. But this is the baby. And Vinoce is what it's all about, man. And so.
And 20 rows. Hey, though.
Hey,
how do you say 20 rows in French?
Wait, you know what?
How do you say 20 rows in French?
Vin.
But we're not saying.
Why don't you ask your family members to actually speak the language?
Hey, ask your nephew. Hey, I want to comment. The longtime restaurant guy. here in the Valley, Maitre D in the Valley, and I am your online Maitre D here at ToutSuite. But run across a lot of folks in the business who really have a higher regard for themselves than truthfully, you guys have always been the outliers. Just genuine, fun, great to be around, love, and make great wine.
Did you
one of the first staff tastings we did with you guys.
That's right.
Oh, we were so nervous. Remember that?
But great stuff. No, listen. I just like. I don't need anything. I like socks.
Okay.
Simple man, really.
Oh, we just live in a beautiful world, and we really enjoy what we're doing.
Well, you're a New Jersey guy.
Yeah.
I'm a New Jersey guy.
I'm a New Jersey girl. I'm a Jersey girl. So
Fort Dix.
Jersey girl.
Moral of the story: we can take them out of Jersey, but we can't do the opposite. Right?
Hey, when I know my whole family lived in Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and moved to Florida. And we had a bazillion relatives every holiday visit us. I imagine now that I'm here in California, I get it now too. What's
yeah.
What's
we
your
live
status?
we live in one of the most beautiful places in the valley.
You guys are rock stars right here.
In our opinion.
Not the same, but yeah, you get people up there. It's hard to get at them.
Yeah. The family, and we have a huge family. Half the family followed us to California. We're like, what are you doing?
Wow.
And how many are staying with you over the weekend?
I think we'll probably have 25 on Sunday.
The list gets
my brother's in town,
and our youngest son is up with his girlfriend in Seattle.
27.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. You guys gonna be up to 27.
Ding dong.
Better map us it first, because
there's plenty of room. It's gonna be a beautiful day. We'll be outside.
We have a really big outdoor living space.
They love cheese balls.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Well, no, actually, I do.
Cheese Whiz is a food group in New Jersey.
And Taylor pork rolls.
Yeah, Taylor pork rolls. That's a gold.
No, my dear uncle, who we love with all of our hearts, almost 90 years old, just sent us all those cheese dogs. The ones that are like the
and
pork.
And kibasi. We got the loaded kibasi today.
Oh, from Pete?
Yeah,
Uncle Pete, that's great. Awesome.
Well, just about a week ago, my dear Aunt Kate died, and she was the one that she lived a fantastic life, and she and my Uncle Bernie, we spent every New Year's Eve at their home, and it's some of the most memorable times ever because of just that big La Familia. Just carrying on.
That's what this is.
Just carrying on.
It's a reflection of our family, man. Very few places in the entire valley. You show up at our tasting room, it's me, my dad, my mom, like every second, It's family owned, family operated, but it's evident.
Or our little nieces, or Timmy's grandfather who's 3 years old stuffing envelopes for Christmas cards.
There's a lot of family that works for wine. It's a definite benefit in Napa Valley, man.
It's like the restaurant business, like a family restaurant business.
Yeah. That's where Lori's background is too, in restaurants,
What's the goal of Vinoce? What's your
to be able to pay our bills.
Welcome to the new economy.
We've been pretty consistent with the Cab Franc blend. It's anywhere from 400 to 600 cases, just depending on the vintage. We do a Cabernet Sauvignon too. We're gonna step up on the Cabernet Sauvignon. We're doing about 125 cases now.
Where's that Cabernet Sauvignon?
Somebody forgot
the reggae guy.
Yeah, there was no room in the box anymore.
But meditated before I got here.
And this is Nuss's favorite, Vinoce Sauvignon Blanc.
It's the world famous Napa Valley Gatorade right here.
Yeah, right.
Well, we should have gone into that first.
We should have.
We should have gone
into
that.
It's a palate cleanser.
I'm
gonna clean our palate. Actually,
Susan's never had this wine before, right?
No. So Vinoce Sauvignon Blanc is an incredible palate cleanser.
So John and Stacy, where'd you guys get married in the Napa Valley?
Oh, mute.
Oh, we lost you.
Can't hear you.
You're muted.
1 second. Here they are. There we go.
You got it? The St. Helena Catholic Church.
Oh, neat. That's beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, really was.
Brian and I missed the wedding ceremony. That's what made me believe we were out there. I was hung out in the driveway. We're like, we so missed this wedding ceremony.
So when did you guys get married? Was it the middle of the month? Or?
November 5th.
The week before your birthday.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
My birthday.
Thank
you. You got in town early.
How long have you guys been in the valley? When did you move here?
About 30 years
Been there
ago.
over 30 years.
Yeah.
And did you guys start making wine right away? Is that what you wanted to do?
We came up from the Los Angeles area to build a house on this piece of property that we've been living on for the last 30 years.
Oh, man.
And in 1990, we planted the vineyard on the property. And then in 93 was our first crop. We sold to other wineries. And in 96, we started Vinoce with 100 cases of the Cab Franc plant. So
And yeah,
So
another
you
year.
started with Cab Franc.
Now, Brian, your background is construction, though.
yes.
And, so you're having a winery. I'm sure you're always. It's not just your background. It's your ground.
Well, I've been doing it for 20 years now. So,
Hi, everybody.
we manage the vineyard. We make the wines. So.
One of our exceptions is that we really do everything. Brian manages the fellows who work in the vineyard for us. We're all hands-on. Timmy and his brother Tyler, since they're babies, are working in the vineyard with Brian. We all do harvest together. And up until just recently, when a couple of our old guys retired, we had the same crew for all the, ever since we put the vineyards in. So for them, it was like they felt like, ownership as well. And they're the best guys we've ever. I mean, the guys who work for us are just fabulous.
They're our family. They really
They're
are.
our
It's
family.
like these last couple of years when these late harvests and you guys got to go drop fruit. And they're like, drop fruit. It's like, we do all this work to make this fruit the way it is, and but.
Sorry, Peggy, here's your paycheck. Sorry. Well,
What's the like on an average? How much like this year? What did you drop?
tons.
Tons. I would say probably 4 to 6 tons of grapes.
Hey, do a quick, if you don't mind giving a quick explanation of why you would drop fruit to the folks who aren't, we don't. Everything can't be inside baseball, Just
Okay, it can't be.
It's basically just for ripening. You just got to make it a lot easier for the vine to get the strength of the grapes and help the grapes ripen.
These
When
are,
they're able to carry in too heavy a load, it's just not going to happen. If the sun was shining, if you had 90, 100-degree weather, yeah, you can kick it, but it just wasn't happening.
you dropping all second crop clusters, or you drop first crop clusters?
Oh yeah,
We were dropping.
the second crop is gone immediately.
Yeah.
This is all it's about $40,000-$50,000 dollars worth
Hey,
of
guys.
grapes on the ground there. Yes.
Hey, guys,
Hello, guys.
can you talk a little bit about the appellation of Montvidor and the challenge that you have in that appellation? Can you describe a little bit of that?
Yeah, in Mount Veeder, yeah. Our vineyards range from about 1,200 to 2,000 feet. So we have a lower vineyard, 14 acres. Upper vineyard is 8, and it's definitely a challenge. It's cooler during the day, warmer at night. You're above the fog, so you get some great ripening.
You get the nice, long, consistent degree days.
Yeah.
We're on the valley floor on a hot day can be fogged until noon. That fog dissipated by us around 9 o'clock.
Being above the fog is really an advantage for the mountains.
Consistent
If
degree
you're high enough to be above the fog.
Our biggest challenge is getting late into a harvest. If we're picking in September, October, we're fine. We're looking, getting into November, you get a couple inches of rain. There's that one part of our vineyard where you've been, of course, and we call it the dark side of the moon. And even with a crawler, you can't even get up in there, so it gets a little scary. And
DDA's
dangerous,
a
too.
harvest boy, too.
That's where a farmer like my dad comes into play. As we touched on the family unit with the guys working the vineyard, Pedro and these guys, that vineyard is their vineyard as well. And so every bunch of fruit that comes out of there is what they're all about too. So it truly is it's really cool
And it
experience.
is true, like if you have your own, if you are doing your own project, you can wait. We're patient people. We see the valleys are going crazy and picking all their grapes. We're like, we'll just wait.
This year was a crazy year picking. I mean, there's saw some crazy groups out there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. I think one of the questions that Didier kind of was alluding to, one of the obstacles or one of the hurdles you have to cover having mountain vineyards.
Right.
What do you pull off a ton for an acre? How many tons an acre?
We shoot for 2 to 2.5 tons an acre.
And then compare that to the valley floor.
Valley floor, where they can go 4 or 5 tons.
Yeah, so
but there is some of the nouveau vineyard managers that are cutting them way back. But no, that's what we shoot for.
So 2.5.
2.5, 2 to 2.5 tons an acre. And that's right on. Cab Franc will carry real heavy. We drop about at least on a normal year a ton of grapes, and then we lose about a ton to birds every year.
Hey, the birds! Did you see the birds this weekend? This last weekend, they're crazy. The blackbirds,
the starlings,
just everywhere, flying around.
Oh yeah, they
look like locusts.
Yeah. For people who don't live here, they come in and they eat like all the leftover grapes on the vine, or they eat whatever's on the ground. And actually, the starlings, they look like some sort of graphic image, but they're all drunk because they're all eating fermented grapes. And a couple of years ago, I had like a drunk starling fly right into my car. I was like, "What was that?" His whole belly was like full of grapes when I stopped the car.
John and Stacy, when you're up here this weekend, you'll take a look on your drive up. Once you hit like I don't know if you come out 12 but when you do, notice you'll see this just like it looks like a bunch of insects in the air. A ball, and they all move at the same time, and it's just so wild. It's like a school of fish. And until you've seen it, you haven't seen anything like it, unless you've been in Africa during locust.
Until you've seen a school of starling, starling, you get to live.
And they're fast, they're small, and they're everywhere. They fill the sky. It is something to behold. It is something to behold.
Very cool.
What about pests up there on the hill?
Well, right now birds, but the number one bird is the turkey. The turkeys are just at the right height. They just devour them.
Always on the outside of the rows too. Yeah,
you got coyotes.
They all eat grapes. Do you have a depredation permit to take care of turkeys? Didier, I'm sure you would sign up for that.
No, we have Didier and Uncle Chad. That's our pest control.
Elmer Fudd.
Fishing game's not watching, right? Well, we used to have a lot of deer problems, and then
the mountain lions.
The mountain lions. But to do it, you get your permit. You have to, you shoot the deer, you hang it, you gut it, and then you call Fish and Game to come and get it for you.
Oh no, that's not the way I do it.
That's the way you're supposed to do it.
That's not the way you do it.
You're more of a venison dinner type of guy. Right?
I went hunting with DDA once for wild mushrooms.
Wild mushrooms. Yeah, we had pigs up to wild boars there for a while.
They seemed to come in and they just disappeared. For like 6 months they were there and they tore everything up. But it's just right now we have mountain lions, bobcats,
coyotes, feral cats.
Definitely turkeys.
But the turkeys, the birds are the worst.
They're the ones that take care of it. Go on the fruit. Okay, now let's talk about this Sauvignon Blanc that you have here.
All right, Tim.
This isn't. You don't grow Sauvignon Blanc up on Mount View.
No, we do not.
No, we source the grapes from Etna Springs.
Okay,
Pope
sure.
Valley.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, great little vineyard up there, Osos Vineyard, and we pull about 30 tons out of there every year.
And 30 tons translates to how many cases?
It's about 1,200 cases.
Okay.
So we do certain blocks. We do a 20 rows SB, and then we do the Vinoce SB.
Someone here really likes this wine too.
It's just wine.
It's what Lori and her friends don't drink. We try to sell.
This
wine's delicious. I mean, that's Sauvignon Blanc is right now, or over the last 5 years, 10 years, has been one of the hardest grapes to get in Napa.
Yeah. Everybody's pulling it out.
Everybody pulled it out. Man, it's.
But Pope Valley, and then it's nice. It's real hot, and we picked these. Well, we picked these late. We were a month late on this pick this year too.
Beautiful.
Last year we picked it at the end of August. This year we picked it mid-September.
Not that we're anti-establishment, but we started with the Cabernet Franc just because we love our Cabernet Franc the best, and people tell us, don't shoot yourself in the foot. Do a Cab. Nope, we're going to do Cabernet Franc. Way before the Sauvignon Blancs really hit the market, it really became very popular. And it was like, make a Chardonnay. Like, nope, we're going to make a Sauvignon Blanc.
Hey, this is a super
it's all
food friendly wine too.
100% Sauvignon Blanc.
Good acidity
stainless steel, no oak or anything.
Oysters, Petrali sold. This is really compliments.
Hey, speaking of food friendly, in January, the whole month of January, we have Chef Brian Whitmer on ToutSuite every Thursday night. He's doing a show with us on food and pairing some wine. This is something that we might have to throw down with him. I mean, he's a Kansas City barbecue guy. This could definitely show well on one of those shows.
If he's Kansas City barbecue, you have to get you a bottle of our 20 Rose Grappler too, though. The Reggae Red. But our Grappler, Zinfandel blend, the oddball of the group, and great for barbecue. Great, I mean, it's just a really food-friendly wine.
I really appreciate you brought those 2 bottles. So why don't you tell? Here, I'm gonna put my tongue out.
Oh,
Tell
okay,
me about it.
which one?
Yeah, but, I mean,
Go ahead. Tell me this one
about the 20 rows.
Come on.
What do we make on the 20
Oh, that's
rows?
the next one, the barbecue special. Tune in next month. But no, it's the oddball of the group. I mean, my dad and I used to wrestle, and it's kind of
brother.
Tyler. She's might be
Tyler
watching.
might be watching. And Tyler.
Tyler's the boy they never spoke of until now.
Well, because we're not with us for Christmas.
Hey, John and Stacy, what are you 2 drinking out there tonight?
Oh,
You first, babe.
Oops. Can you hear me?
Oh yes.
we can hear you now.
So funny you should ask, because I went to go get your Cab Franc, and I went to a place probably like 15 miles away, and they said, we sold out of that. We always sell out of it. So they said the closest thing you could get that is from the same mountain, from Mount Veneer, was the Yates Cab Franc.
Oh yeah. Yates make a nice wine. Yeah.
Good friends of ours, too. Good choice.
They said
I would love
they they said that you guys, we love their wine, but that's the closest thing, and
Well,
you'll enjoy it.
Mount Veeder is the largest appellation in the valley. Well, it's not
It's the
mountain.
largest appellation, least planted.
If we
it's
drive
really
to
a
the
rugged
Yates's
mountain appellation.
Winery, it takes me 45 minutes in the mountains to drive to Yates' winery from our house.
Wow.
So we're
That's what they-
northernmost end, and they're like in
That'd be a place to check out too. It's a beautiful winery they have. It's a very old, it's up past Hess. Up
Yeah,
on the
need
mountain.
a state.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. The Napa Valley is delineated by the east side is the Vaca Range of Mountains, and on the west side is the Mayacamas Range of Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And Mount Veeder is a big portion of
Right, the west
of that western side. I mean,
Yes.
it stretches from
From
Browns Valley, yeah.
Bay up to Spring Mountain.
So it's a huge appellation, and like you said, the least planted.
Yeah.
Appellation full of gypsies. It's beautiful.
It is. Bunch
Sounds
of
like fun.
Yeah.
real winemakers up there. That's why we love it so much.
Hey, John, you did good in your marriage choices there, brother.
Yeah.
You did good in your marriage choices. So the
Much better than she did.
hey, that kind of goes without saying. There's let's talk about that. You can't plant up there. I mean, there's so many regulations now about planting over.
Oh, that's hillside ordinance and all that. Yeah. When we first planted back in 1990, it was under the interim hillside ordinance. So
Right.
we worked with soil conservation and all those agencies you had to work with, to get it planted, the erosion control plans and all that.
What are you doing? What are you doing for erosion? What are you doing to prevent erosion?
Permanent, cover crop, no tilling, So we don't do any kind of disking or anything like that. Just permanent cover crop. We just use weeders, mow the lawns.
You throwing you doing the fava beans or crimson or clover?
We did that in the beginning. We have a pretty good covered crop.
Wildflowers.
Yeah. The red clover and all that stuff. But yeah, now we got a pretty good ground cover. We haven't in the 20-something years we haven't lost any tilling at all. So it's held up pretty well.
The Napa's really come. I mean, recently in Mount Veeder, these folks bought up a spot of land with the idea that there's some vineyard planted on it. They wanted to plant a little more, and now they found themselves. If you read the Napa paper, which is a great newspaper, and
Subscribe.
But these folks are they're in the battle of their lives right now. Just to preserve.
Just now, you want to put a vineyard in anything over 5%, you have to have engineered. So that's just like building a house. You imagine 10-acre piece, you have engineered. It's crazy.
It kind of makes it cheaper though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Back in 1990, we spent 10,000 acres just putting in erosion control, underground pipes, drainage, to pull it out of the vineyard and take it away, And that was, 20 years.
1990.
Yeah, 20 years ago. Yeah.
That was crazy.
What's the? Are you seeing any new things going on up around you? I mean, you guys are remote. You guys are pretty remote.
There's a couple vineyards up there. They have come in and they fixed. It was a little rundown. And Trincaro just took up over a real nice vineyard up on Wall Road. Mm-hmm. Probably about 14 acres that they went in and they redid the whole thing.
I personally, I mean, it's nice to see somebody come in that has the pockets like that,
Right, yeah.
and preserve these old vineyards. That,
Oh,
that
yeah,
need,
yeah. They were just run down. It was a mess, definitely. It needed some work.
And it does. I mean, is there some sort of alliance amongst the folks in your appellation?
It's getting tighter and tighter. The Mount Veeder Appellation Group, it's a really, the last 4 years it's gotten stronger and stronger. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, we have, a couple of new wineries that joined in, and they, one of their main people is just spearheading the whole Mount Veeder appellation. She's putting all the tastings together and parties and, just like, once a month meeting and talking with everybody in the appellation. So
again, that's one of those dangerous jobs that you get in the winery business. Parties, setting up tastings,
you have to drink wine.
Getting affiliated with all these other wineries. I mean, it's just like
so
dirty
tragic.
jobs.
Yeah,
it really is.
So you would never want to do
good
it.
food and good wine. It's rough.
Lord.
Well,
Yeah.
and also the ABA is your guy's good friend Robert Craig too.
Yeah, Robert Craig.
He's a great friend. I mean,
Gentleman.
Yeah, Robert Craig.
He's my mentor. He's the one that,
truly.
we still sell most of our grapes to him.
Yeah. I sat with Robert Craig at the a wine auction dinner, and just a gentleman.
Yep.
He really is.
He's real salty with that dude. He's the man. He's a good guy.
What's the?
Is that you're watching?
John has a question.
Who are some of the winemakers or wines that you guys admire?
Robert Craig. I'm seriously, because, he sort of helped my husband develop his winemaking skills in the style that we wanted to. So I always that, and I tell you the truth, I like my friends' wines. I drink my friends' wines.
Yeah.
Well, 24. So many friends in the business.
Hollywood and Vine.
Hartwell.
Friends of just ToutSuite we enjoy. I mean, Pat,
Yeah.
Benoit, incredible wines. I mean,
Well, that's a great thing about this is for people like us to learn about you guys. That some wineries wouldn't even know about off the beaten path. So it really is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're up this weekend, not to do an advertisement or anything, but come and see us.
You guys go?
We have a winery in downtown Napa, and then dinner on Sunday around 2.
Sounds good.
Pat, where's company?
You don't know what you're getting yourself in for.
We're taking DDA's spot. He's in France, so he got his chair.
Big shoes to fill.
We can keep the spot open.
Hey, let's
Next week.
Let's talk about your space downtown. I mean, that's really coming into its own. Isn't it?
We just got a great write-up in the Chronicles.
Chronicle,
On the travel section.
How excited are you guys about the transition of downtown Napa? What's happening there?
Oh, God.
We were actually the only working winery in downtown Napa. You know what I mean? There's other tasting rooms and co-op tasting rooms and stuff like that, and we're still part of Vineyards Collective on Main Street.
It's cool to watch people's eyes light up to downtown Napa now, though, too. For years, you've been here for a long time. You drove through downtown Napa to get to the Disneyland effect up Valley.
I drive to downtown Napa.
There's so much to do there now.
Well, we have
that's where my office is. I sell real estate in Napa.
Another plug here.
You guys looking for a home? No, it's just such a cool spot. People in Napa come in there and say, "Wow, I never lived Napa all their lives. They never even walked in that door."
The best
And
part.
it's an incredible space.
It's a diamond in the rough. You
Well,
go to the street.
we have the auto body next door. We have
Just so you know, I made my wine
Dance
there.
studio.
I made my wine there in 2002.
Oh, okay. All right. Great.
So we've
great.
been there for about 10 years.
Well, yeah. Come on. It's changed a lot since then.
Oh,
So what we did, we took this old
And it's
warehouse.
nice we have the whole place to ourselves.
At
And we
DDA as
shared
well.
the
It's a
back
great
with
event
Robert
hub,
Craig.
too. Do a lot of great events there as well.
Yeah. All of DD's birthday parties happen at 880 Valero Street, downtown Napa.
Not the entire party, because I've been a part of Didier's birthday parties.
It's still going.
For the after party.
But you know,
People watching you.
off the beaten track, though, even for downtown Napa.
But doesn't that part of the charm?
It's part of the charm, but it's not like you have that flow of people coming in all the time. But it's just enough.
But it's like
you get the
Fight Club.
right people. If they're going to come looking for you, they know what they want.
If they're going to come to the warehouse district, they know what they want. And it's kind of a cool feeling because we have the formal tasting room in front, which is not really formal.
But I was just going to say,
You know, I mean, kind of formal. No, I'm just kidding. But the whole barrel room in the back is just like 6,500 square feet of barrels. So.
And that's where everybody we have the tasting room, but everybody wants to sit in the barrel room, and that's where we do all the tasting too.
Stacy,
It's a lot more
bring
fun.
a coat with you. It's very cold in there.
All right, I'll bring one this weekend.
All right. And don't worry, if you didn't bring one, I have plenty of
Hey, and bring rubber
don't
boots.
bring one. You actually get a free coat out.
Bring rubber boots. You're gonna be pressure washing some
Rubber boots and a coat.
Got it.
Hey, Don, you can rack some wine. Good to go.
Will work for food, huh?
Yeah. Our wine. You got the taco truck that sets up right down.
Yeah.
Right
That's
out there.
awesome.
We also have our local cafeteria, Las Palmas, right down the street.
Juan's Las Palmas. Also, Juan.
He has the 20 rows.
Hey, he's got the 20 rows appetizer.
Listen, Juan was a line cook.
Oh, so when you were there? Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, he was the guy who made all our meals and just kicked it down.
He's doing chow
Hey,
mein.
this is the real inside stuff you get by visiting the small guys like this, because it is real, and these guys do they support the local places, and it'll blow you out that you can go in and have. He has your wine at Las Palmas.
Yeah.
Like a little taqueria that has
Wines by Vinoce.
Wines by
on their
Vinoce.
menu. Nice.
And it's not just taco stuff. It's
Chinese
chow mein,
Chinese food and
seared ahi tuna.
Seared tuna, roasted beef salad. It's
He's
great.
making the best chow mein.
It's not because we needed something to drink at lunch either. It's actually, he does serve the wine to other people too, but it's a great spot.
I've had.
Lori, Brian,
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
what are some of the major challenges that you guys are facing nowadays with the economy and the competition here in Napa Valley?
You know what? I think it's more with the 20 rows is where our competition with Vinoce. You know, we only make a certain amount, but the 20 rows Cabernet is our flagship. Not flagship, but that's where we sell the most. We do 9,000 cases of the 20 rows Cab, and there's so many people getting into that price point now that it's making it tough. A third of our production goes to New York City.
Copycat.
We do about 200 cases a month by the glass in New York City with the 20 rows Cab. But now there's other Napa Valley wineries that are coming in and, I don't want to say dumping their wines. Excuse me, I didn't say that. But coming up with these $35 wines and they're selling to these restaurants for $6 a bottle.
Is it more difficult for you if you go back to 1996? You'd rather be in 1996 or you'd rather be in 2012?
Well, I'd rather be in 1996.
And I'd go back to 73.
I'd rather be in 2012.
I don't think 96 was any different. You know what I mean? The wine business, I don't think the economy sucks, of course, and people are starving, and I don't like that whole thing. But our business has not slowed at all. I don't think we've really been affected. I think with the 2010, 2011 vintage, with the 20 rows, things are so lean. I think that's going to be the scary part for us on the 20 rows label.
Didier, I think that's an unfair question because personally, I wasn't even born in 1996.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
96 was fun, but we've come so far since then. I think it's.
Have you seen any major changes as far as vineyard management and new techniques that really makes your life a little bit easier nowadays? From 96, or you still working as hard as 1996?
We've changed the trellis system up there probably in 2003. We're all bilateral, which a lot of people are, and then we
bilateral.
Go.
And then we've narrowed it down a little bit. So we got the vines shooting up higher, getting more sun on the grapes, and less leaf removal. So that's what we've done. That's the only change we've done.
You're 100% hand harvest.
Yes, everything's all handwork. Everything.
That's this year. We spoke of the difficulties in the vintage. You'd hear the harvesters out. In years past last year,
right?
Long late vintage. They harvested over a course of weeks and weeks and weeks. This year, they had the folks that had in the valley floor. The machines are going, all night and a good chunk of the day. Usually, you never see the machines out during the day. But this year, I think I saw more machines out during the day than
machines. You can hear French in here like this too, though.
Well, we're
There's a lot of guys who look at this shit too. Where hand picking has saved our asses as well. The ability to. This cluster is going to make it. This one has to be dropped. Signs of different things. So
we'd go through just to drop anything that's got a green berry in it. It's on the ground.
Boutique wineries going to do okay, and the bigger guys who machine harvested, or It's gonna hurt them a little bit. There's a lot of.
No, this is even into October. We were dropping green. You know, it's just, it was a scary harvest. But I think we had, I love you guys to come try some barrel samples. I think we did a pretty good job.
Hey, Tim. As an entrepreneur, making your own label, but also working for the family, what is the how you see the future of all those brands? Is that something that you're going to be keeping together, or do you see like something? I mean, do you have some serious discussion with your parents as far as the direction of 20-year-olds, or what you think maybe like better?
I think Diddy, are you trying to ask if he's going to sell the label to his parents?
Gallo wants to buy it right now.
Well, there's a beautiful blend there, DDA. We can always have the integrity of Vinoce. This is our little Mount Veeder plot of land. This is our baby. That's our main concentration. With 20 rows, allows us more growth. Allows us that everyday drinking wine. A little more creativity with different goofball wines, like the Grappler per se, Zinfandel blend. But
I'm going to stick my tongue out. Tell me about that again. The wine you didn't bring.
Next time. But good question, DDA. I mean, this integrity, this foundation is way too solid to change. Vinoce.
And you only make a certain amount of 11 cents. You're not going crazy. You're not getting greedy with that at all.
No.
Did you find it's pretty? Is it easier than you thought working for your parents, or you working for your parents, or you working with your parents?
Well, the beauty of my parents, the way I was raised, DDA, I work with my parents, but I work for my parents. So there's the respect in place there, But definitely, it was. At first, when I came up, I was a little worried about going to the family business. Sure. Stagnating in a sense.
I'm such an easygoing guy too. So.
But they allow me the creativity and the creativity.
Well, what do you study at Cal Poly?
Honey viticulture, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And Reggae Red Star is my senior project down there. And so
just my super hot girlfriend's out there right now, Cal Poly ag girl. She's out there. Her brother's coming to town, Cal Poly engineering ag guy.
Good man.
Her other brother, her dad was a Cal Poly guy, so I'm surrounded by them. I mean, talk about your experience here at Cal. What made you pick there as opposed to Davis?
Born and raised in Napa as well as Sonoma. I mean, Cowtown over the hill or on the beach.
Davis or on the beach. I'm girl.
It was a long debate, but the cool thing about it was my first year at Cal Poly was the first year offered wine and bit as a major.
Right.
So
fruit science.
There's a reason that this evolved as I watched young people get so excited about wine. I'm born and raised. We're kind of in our world in Napa Valley. We don't realize that. Oh, you didn't grow up with wine too? Not to go back the whole thing, but I mean, it was cool to watch it all evolve, and that's. I mean, a lot of creativity in the major, being the first year was offered as a major, Wine, I mean, viticulture, enology, as well as a business concentration. So, I mean, I'm also talking Pismo Beach compared to Davis. So, there's a reason I went to Cal Poly.
Hey, brother, you don't need to fight me. I support it. My boys headed down to Santa Barbara in January.
Downtown Brew, I'll be back next month.
No, and I was going to visit Tim in Cal Poly. He was like the mayor of Cal Poly, mayor of like San Luis Obispo. Hey Tim.
That's good. I mean, he's been doing his studies. On the way to the library every day, probably right across the
Hey, Brian.
Yes, sir.
What has been your favorite vintage you've ever produced, and maybe the least favorite, the one that's been really the most challenging for you?
Good question.
I think we've been really consistent over the years. I'm trying to think what my favorite, maybe 2005. I think the most challenging vintages are going to be the 10 and 11.
What about 2000? What about 1998?
1998, we made a great wine.
Yeah.
It was a pan vintage.
What about a challenge of the vintage though? Because again, we had rains.
Yeah.
We had the rains, and I know that was another one of those scramble years.
But that was another vintage that was pan, and it's drinking better than the 97s too. It's but we didn't do much. We were doing 200 cases.
Yeah. Okay.
We were really small back then. Not that we're huge right now.
In the past,
the 2008 is 400 cases. But I think these next two vintages, the two that's in the barrel right now, the 2010, 11, it's going to be the challenge for everybody. You know?
Oh, game changers, David. When did we harvest in '98?
Yeah.
September.
Yeah,
we're watching things barely come to maturity.
You got it in before.
You know, last year we picked into November 5th. This year we picked into the second week of November. Yeah. So it's.
Are you seeing a pattern on that, or this is a little bit too early
I
to?
think I see. Not there's no global warming or anything.
Global weirding.
But yeah, I think it's that's what we're in for. I think I really do.
We had a big reflection as a family. On November 11th this year, we're sitting down watching football. We were picking grapes November 11th, 2001. This year,
September 11th. September 11th. September 11th.
September 11th, 2001. I mean, and this year.
Where were you, Brian?
Where was I?
It was picking.
Where were you? Yeah.
September 11th. I was flying. No. That's because of that, huh?
Oh, whatever.
It's okay. Enjoy
No, but
yourself.
I remember I was like coming in and out of the house, and I went down and I was like, "You won't believe this happened." So it's really a date that we remember because we were picking grapes. We just started picking grapes like a month and a half after that this year. So
Look at that, Didier. That's 10 years, and now we're a month and a half behind that.
Napa Valley Farm Bureau is like sort of jumping the gun. They're getting a little nervous, but they are talking about changing out varietals in Napa Valley so to accommodate more of like what their perceived, climate change is.
Well, let's address this right now. I mean, you look back in the 1990s, 91, 92, 93, 94, 91 and 94. Look at the dramatic difference then between when harvest happened and when 94 being that 94, 96 being those good late harvest stuff where I remember that's when they were talking about it's drought.
But that was still probably mid-October, right?
I don't know. October, maybe into November. Bob Foley, I remember seeing him the first week in December. I'm trying to think what year it was. I saw him first week in December, and he's like all covered in wine cagata. And I said, Bob, what the hell are you doing? He goes, oh man, we just brought in the last of our fruit up at the top of Spring Mountain. I'm like, did you look at the calendar? It's December.
No.
So the one thing is, you talk to a lot of people, though. I mean, globe warming, whatever you want to say, but a lot of people were the past years were a little paranoid about it too. It was definitely something different for a lot of guys. I mean, good friends of mine, Stu Smith, another friend of ToutSuite. I mean, he's a realist, but he was a little panicked about his harvest this year and last year as well. And
well, look at last year. Look at last year. Last year was a good late harvest, but it just didn't have rain.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean,
didn't have rain. We had plenty of rain early.
Right.
And those
early,
heat waves as well too, which were.
Well, in September it was 100. We didn't get that heat wave.
No, we didn't get it all.
A lot of our good friends in Sonoma turned into raisin farmers overnight last year too, which was pretty dramatic,
Well, fortunately for us too, we don't really, like I said earlier, we are patient. And when you're a vineyard manager for a large vineyard, especially like over Stone where the climate's cool already, they just took all their grape canopy off, and then we had that heat wave, and the grapes weren't ripe, so it wasn't like they could use the grapes for anything else. They just had to drop the fruit and lose it completely.
Well, listen, let's. I think we're going to wind things up. Remember to first of all, thank you all.
Tim, thank you, David.
Fabulous. Brian, Lori, as usual, you were a fan.
How are you not a fan of these two?
I'm a fan. Tune in to ToutSuite. We have
get in here, you. Come on.
Again, Brian.
David, get in here,
Brian
too,
Whitmer.
buddy.
Brian Whitmer coming. Hey, this is gonna be our Christmas card.
Merry Christmas from Vinoce and ToutSuite.
Hey, John Stacy's coming. Merry Christmas, and remember in the
get our phone number from
Peace.
Susan.
Look at
Merry Christmas,
right,
Happy New Year,
Come
Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah.
Weekend. Look for the cheesemonger on the 28th. And then the whole month of January, look for Brian Whitmer here on ToutSuite.
And
thank you very much.
Look out for DJ wherever you are.
Happy holidays.
Have a great night.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.